What's up? What?
Hey, everyone. This is important. Teddy. So now that I got your attention. Yeah, we hadn't been live in a little bit, and so just before we sign off for the week, well, we probably aren't gonna sign off either. I kind of see it as like. I mean, just Fridays have turned into this really freaking awesome thing for us. I remember back in the day, Friday for us would be like, oh yeah, finish out the work week so we can like go party or whatever.
Yeah.
But now Fridays turned into like really cool being able to connect with people from literally around the world about stuff that really matters. Like, so we just did the Self-Perfected call. Rosendo, why aren't you on the Self-Perfected call, bro? But it was good to see you in Houston. But it's like we have, I don't know, 60-some people around the world tune in, talk about things that, really matter, and like self-development, just developing the world, that kind of thing. But then afterwards, we had a call with our group Elite Education, which is people who use TechnoTutor, and just the amount of...
Elite Education is people who have purchased TechnoTutor from us.
Yeah, specifically. And so with that too, we're like all talking about just breakthroughs and insights, and just it's really next level. And why we're here making this live is just like to give a bit more of an update and a kind of a recount of like what we've just been up to recently, because so much continues to change and evolve. So Jess, what do you think?
Well, for me, it has been taking on the responsibility of training this little guy. So we got him, was it 3 weeks ago now?
Yeah, 3-ish.
The 16th of January or something like that. And he was completely untrained. I mean, he didn't know how to go up and down stairs. He didn't know any commands. Not at all.
Pee all over the floor.
And poop.
Good thing we have a wooden floor in most of our house.
And so I integrated all the dog training, and I continue to integrate more new dog training, and as well as being consistent and having structure for him and stable for him. That way he can learn very quickly. And so in 3 short weeks, he has integrated the command to stay to the degree where today I walked all the way upstairs, walked around upstairs, closed and opened doors, walked all the way back downstairs, and then he was still in the same spot. 3 weeks, you guys. 3 weeks. And he's not a dog. He's literally only 16 weeks old.
Still a little puppy.
And then he also knows sit, like the back of his hand. He knows how to lay down. And he also knows all 3 of these commands, both verbally and visually. And so that is that's a testament to being able to utilize TechnoTutor to integrate things and be consistent and stand as it. It's like, that's a part of me now, and thus it's been a part of his training.
Yeah, it's like she doesn't have to think about or try and memorize, like, oh, what do I do again? When he does this, I gotta do something. It's like, it just becomes part of you rapidly. So that's what this is about, is like rapid learning. And 2 other really cool things that happened today was... had a call with a couple of people that we work very closely with. Some are watching right now, and we have straight up the intention of completely transforming what education and what politics looks like, as well as the economic system. And to be able to have these types of consistent conversations with people, it's necessary now more than ever. Have you noticed over the past year that the world looks like it's going even more out of control? Probably. Are you doing something about it on the average day? Or have you just kind of resigned to like, someone else is going to figure it out? Because Jess and I both, the start of our relationship was like, we're going to sort this shit out for the world. Not to be like, oh, we're some heroes or something. It's like, no, everybody's got to come to that realization. We got to sort it out together. And to just be able to have that was really awesome, because it's like a consistent way to check in with people. And like we say in every of our videos, like if any of this resonates with you, reach out, because more and more people are getting hopeless, and more people are turning to like, what the heck is really going on? And they're straight up, we have solutions. we have
Yeah.
solutions. So yeah.
Yeah, there's like two very different ways to live your life. There is existing in wanting to feel good all the time and stuck in
Teddy, do you see yourself on the camera?
emotional
He was
turmoil and constantly going up and down and
Yeah, I got it.
always
He's gonna jump.
trying to find a quick fix or something that will give you the highest point of energy, like on a Friday night especially. Tons of people just trying to try and find the best bar to go to with the most amount of people who are the most fucked up so that you can have the highest energy experience possible. Or there's people who understand that what they choose to participate in has a ripple effect. It literally has consequence. Every action you take has consequence. And you can decide what consequence that is through your starting point with what you do. And if you're just in the mind and you're sitting on your phone all day and you're not physically moving yourself to do anything or create anything, and you're not even clear why you're doing what you're doing, you are perpetuating abuse, and you're the reason why society is where it's at. Because if we all were physically integrating and moving and creating and aware of the consequences that we create with what we do and actually able to process information in the world around us, we wouldn't accept abuse. We wouldn't accept 30,000 children dying a day. We wouldn't accept everybody being homeless and don't have food, don't have clothes or shelter, all this stuff. It's like, realize there's more than enough resources to go around. There's more than enough of everything. There's an abundance. And yet we still perpetuate abuse. Well, that's because we're stuck in the mind. We're stuck in this energy sucking reality where everyone just wants more of that. They want to feel good now because nothing seems to be going right in the world today. Well, I'm going to let you know it's going to get much worse. And a lot of you are going to start to wake up to realizing that you need to change because it's going to get worse in your life. And we're here to possibly be that conduit where you don't have to wait until it gets that worse. That's why we're here. Because if you don't choose to change, it will eventually get much worse for you. And you'll hit a wall, you'll hit the bottom, you'll, get to a point where you're like, oh, Mitch and Jess were talking about this stuff. I just need it,
and it's not like we're wishing that on anyone. It's just we know how this works. We've been around for long enough. We've heard enough stories from other people too. Of like when you become aware of the fact that, oh shit, I could really step up and like do something great with my life and actually like give as I've received. When you become aware of that, you can't unrealize that. That's like a cognition that you have. And then you're either going to do something with that and act differently, or you're going to avoid it until that realization comes back and smacks you in the face. And so I'm not wishing any of you to get smacked in the face. Consider this your smack, right? It's like a friendly like smack. But it will happen because that's how life works. And it's actually a blessing because you get one life. And if you're wasting your life just going through the motions, craving the energy experience, running around, whatever, you're going to hit one day where you're going to wake up and you're going to have massive regret like you've never felt before. And I don't want that for you. So consider this your wake-up call. I think that's what Teddy was gonna say. He was gonna bark, as in that's the wake-up call. That's why we titled it that.
Yeah.
Imani said they want someone else to make them feel good instead of making you feel good first. Then there's ripple effect. Exactly. And with that, it's self-awareness to know, like, what does it mean to feel good for you? For example, right now, ask yourself, what is it that actually feels good to me? Not like, oh, I eat this candy bar and I feel good for 5 seconds.
Smoke this joint, drink this alcohol,
but like,
suppress everything.
When you look back at, let's say, the past couple weeks or month, and you're like, what were the real highlights? Like, what was really cool? For me, it's like conversations with people, or like getting different people techno tutor. Like, I have a lady today who I've been speaking with for a while, and she has a daughter who is not, where school is not serving them. And she went through and she got techno tutor today. That's a highlight. That kid's life is forever going to be different. Yeah. Plus everyone that's going to impact.
Yeah.
So like for me, but does it feel good to be on the phone with her and she's like telling me like, oh, I don't know if I have the money and all this stuff. It's like, I have to just be that stable point for her. And would I rather be out eating a candy bar, or like going, running around doing whatever? It's like, actually, no, I'd rather be doing what I'm doing. But that's what we mean by feeling good, is like doing the best thing.
Yeah.
So for yourself, like, what is that best thing that you could imagine, or that you have done recently? And then now, because it's Friday night, or for our European friends, it's going to be Saturday when you see this. Look at that for yourself this weekend. What would actually make this the best weekend or the best day, right? And if you don't know, well, I've got a couple ideas for you, but you'd have to reach out.
Do you know what's going to make my weekend the best weekend ever,
What is it,
Mitchell?
Jess?
First of all, making our meals. You know why? Because homemade meals are so much more life-giving.
Oh yeah, we realized that this past week. So it was Jess's birthday on Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday, and we went out to eat, and like we had some Indian food, we had some other food. It was awesome. But by the end, it was like I could actually notice the difference between when Jess makes the food and when it's some person at a restaurant, getting paid some salary. It's like,
yeah,
it's like very different. So okay, that's
yeah.
gonna be
So that's
life-giving too?
definitely going to be life giving. Is
I got it.
making and eating our own food, as well as taking care of these two. I get to make sure that we have an environment that is productive for us to execute and get things done, and have it be organized and not chaotic, so that we're able to focus. And that is so life-giving to me, to be able to create that environment for all of us, and also to continue to support the people that we're supporting, to continue in my process of taking more responsibility and becoming even more aware of what I've accepted inside myself and around in the world today, and getting to spend time with Mitchell, learning more about what is happening. We like to watch documentaries on Friday nights, and after all of our calls and chats with other people, but that is so life-giving, to become aware of like the state of the world we live in. That's pretty much one of the only things we watch. But yeah, those are the life-giving things that we'll be doing this weekend. Also, Self-Perfected podcast.
Oh yeah,
Next
Sunday.
Level podcast.
Yeah. Oh, if you haven't listened to the most recent one, as episode 32, it's called Don't Study Destiny. Oh man, that
So
one's
good.
really great. Highly recommend watching that and sharing it with people.
Also, if you're not a part of the Self-Perfected group yet,
Just go to
What are you doing?
self-perfected.com, and you can get a link to the Facebook group,
What
and you
are
can
you
apply to
doing?
join. Well, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. It's like, do you if you like having cool conversation with like-minded people, like Mayor the Handsome Devil himself, Mayor Billionaire, then that group is waiting for you, because it's going to keep growing with like-minded people. Easy there, Jess. Hang on. She's throwing this blanket around. It's going to knock this microphone down.
Join us, reach out, get connected, plug in, take more responsibility of your life and existing and what you're creating by existing. Because if you're not taking responsibility over what you're creating, you're the reason why there's abuse in this world. I love having good conversation too.
Yeah, Mayor.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Mayor. Reach out to Mayor. What the heck? He's so cool, you guys.
Yeah.
He didn't even know English at 17, and now he's so articulate.
You should see him. He owns a Mercedes
He
Benz.
came from Iran.
I don't know what kind
He's
of watch
here
he
now.
has, but it's amazing.
He's a very successful businessman who leads a whole team of people down in Texas. Like, if you want to know someone who's young and successful, talk to him, okay? He knows what's up. He gets it. He's toured so many really cool houses recently, too. I'm like, yo, Mayor, when are you going to pull the trigger?
Yeah, Mayor,
Which one do you like?
We're going to come visit. We'll bring Teddy. He's potty trained. Yeah, Mayor's another huge success story from the community. And so it's like, the group's here. Join us.
Yeah,
right?
so it's like, if Mitchell and I are too upfront for you, which we're very, very approachable. Our support is very much so unique to who we're speaking with, and we can adhere to whatever. But say we're not your cup of tea, guess what? We have an entire group of people doing this process who maybe can relate to you more. Maybe you're from Iran. Like, then reach out to Mayor if you want to have somebody who has that similar background. Maybe you're from Canada. Well, guess what? We have tons of people from Canada. Maybe you're from Kentucky. Maybe you're from Florida. Maybe you're from California. Guess what? We have people all over. Like, for real. We have everybody from every background that can relate to you. If you're from somewhere in Europe, if you're from somewhere in Asia or wherever, like, for real, we literally have someone everywhere. If you're in Australia, I mean, I don't know if we have anyone in Antarctica, but some people don't think that place is real, so I don't know.
I love that. That's one of my favorite conspiracy theories, the whole Antarctica thing. But yeah, hey, maybe there's some researcher down hanging out in Antarctica, and they want to join the self-perfected hangout. I have no idea what time zones it is there, but you could.
I think it's all the time zones.
Well, yeah, I guess technically that would be what it is. So anyway, if you know someone in Antarctica, please refer them. Okay. Hi, Cindy.
Yes.
Hey, Cindy. I think you're friends with Lake. I think he. I don't know. I think we just became friends or something on
What
Facebook.
up, Cindy?
So, good to see you. Welcome.
Yeah, so this is us saying plug in. Like, take the red pill, take responsibility of your life, do something that will mean something for generations to come, so you're not just existing for yourself.
Oh, here's something. Okay. Close your eyes. Unless you're driving. Don't keep your eyes open, okay? Close your eyes. Imagine. It's a beautiful, sunny day. You're hanging out in the park, okay? And there's people around you that love you, okay? And now, jogging over to you is a little kid. And this little kid is your grandchild. Or if you can't have grandkids, then it's some kid that you really care about, okay? And they look up at you with those big, beautiful little kid eyes, and they say, Grandpa, Grandma, what were you doing in 2021? Why did you let the world get so fucked up? It got really bad. Everyone just accepted masks, and now everyone just wears masks even though it doesn't make sense. What did you do? Okay? Everyone, now you can open your eyes. This is your life. You have a wonderful opportunity to do something about it. But if you don't, that will be your reality, and you will face extreme regret like you've never experienced before. And so we're here as a wake-up call, as are all these other people in here, like Mayor, Imani, and others, because we freaking care.
Yeah, what's your definition of taking care of yourself?
Or taking care of the world. Because if you really care, you can at least investigate standing up.
Definitely, but to reflect on something very practical, like 2021. Is your definition of health to wear masks and social distance?
Because what happens when the next virus comes around that's way more deadly, but your immune system didn't get exposed to anything now for the past year?
There's that,
that's
but
concerning.
Also, what about vitamin D? What about getting outside? What about moving your body? What about getting the nutrients you need?
CNN? I have yet to see anything about the immune system on CNN.
They literally don't talk about it.
It's almost like they want us to...
They want us to die because the globe is too overpopulated.
They want to sell that vaccine because it gets some money. Now,
yeah, but also they want you to die because we're overpopulated. I mean, it's both. So if you die because you don't have a lack of oxygen and your immune system isn't exposed, bonus. But if not, we'll just make you infertile by giving you a vaccine.
Yep.
If that's what the vaccine does.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to opt for boosting the immune system. But, we all have that ability to make decisions for ourselves. So, but that's why I surround myself with like-minded people.
Take real responsibility.
Yeah. And
in short.
With all of this, we wish you a wonderful evening.
What the heck? We have to go live more because we just have so much to say.
This is what happens. Hey, Kevin, all the way from Guam. Kevin is a boss.
Kevin!
Yeah.
Kevin!
See, that's what we were saying. It's a global community. And so,
global.
Everyone,
plug in.
We love you. And what we mean by love is not some weird, I feel super fuzzy and warm about you. Even though I definitely get warm, fuzzy feelings about this community. But we love you because we're going to say the real shit that needs to be said. Because who else is going to give you the exercise of imagining looking at your grandkids and realizing you didn't do shit?
Yeah,
so let's step up together and make real shit happen in the world so we can actually create a world that's best for everybody. Where if you died and you came back and you were some being that got put into a new body and you got born in rural India where life is bleak and there's suffering everywhere, did you live your life today in such a way that it would have such a ripple effect that you could be born in anywhere and you'd actually have a chance at having an awesome life?
That's such a good
Or
point.
are you leaving the world hell on earth like it has been forever and not giving a fuck?
Yeah, it's because you're self-absorbed. Literally, like, get out of your mind, come into the physical reality, realize reality, there's only one. There's not multiple realities. There's only this reality. And so to say that you're in your own reality is delusion.
I'm just creating my own reality. It's like that's the epitome of self-interest.
That's an illusion that you've accepted, and you're creating abuse. You're killing people every day. You're the reason people get raped every day.
We're collectively that reason.
Yeah,
and we're doing something about it by bringing it to everyone's attention.
Yeah, it's what we've accepted for years. Generationally, passed on all this shit. Now let's take responsibility of it. Let's work through it. It's going to be painful because you have to go through it. Can't go around it. Let's go. Okay. That's us. Peace out. Friday night.